When I look back at my journey, I realize success was never built by talent alone. It wasn't the smartest person who won, or the most educated one, or even the richest one. It was the person who surrounded himself with the right people. People who believed, encouraged, challenged, and walked with him through both storms and sunshine. Your friends, whether you notice or not, are writing the story of your future alongside you. Most people underestimate the power of environment. You become the average of the people you spend time with. If you spend time with 5 dreamers, you start to dream. If you spend time with 5 complainers, you start to complain. It's not magic. It's mindset contagion. The energy you absorb from your circle shapes your decisions, and your decisions shape your destiny. When I was starting my first company, I had no money, no investors, and no strong background. But I had something more valuable, a group of friends who believed in me, even when I didn't fully believe in myself. They didn't have much either, but they had courage. Together, we didn't see ourselves as poor. We saw ourselves as starting something meaningful. That belief was our fuel. People always talk about vision and passion, but very few talk about the company you keep. Vision without the right circle is like a flame in the wind. It dies fast. You need people around you who protect that flame when the storm comes. Because storms will come in business, in life, in your emotions, and when they do, your friends will decide whether you stand or fall. You see, life is not a solo race, it's a relay. You need teammates who can carry the baton when you're tired, and you must be strong enough to carry theirs when they fall behind. Friendship that fuels your win is not just about being there for celebrations. It's about showing up in the silence, in the struggles, in the moments when everyone else disappears. When I failed my first ventures, many people laughed. Some said, "Jack, you are dreaming too big for a man who can't even get a job at KFC." But there were a few who said, "Maybe you failed, but your ideas are different. Don't give up." Those few voices of belief gave me the energy to continue. Without them, maybe I would have accepted society's version of who I was supposed to be. True friends are not those who just smile at your success. They are those who see your potential before the world does. They see value in your chaos. They don't leave when the room gets dark. They bring a candle. They speak life when you speak doubt. That is what it means to have friends who fuel your win. I have learned that successful people are not always more talented. They are simply more supported. When your circle believes in you, you take bolder actions. You take more risks. You recover faster from failure. It's easier to climb when someone is holding the rope from the top. In my early years, I surrounded myself with dreamers. We didn't have experience, but we had hunger. We used to gather in small cafes, talking about changing China through the internet. Most people called us crazy, but we called it vision. We had no investors, only notebooks full of ideas and hearts full of fire. And those friends, they became the foundation of something the world would later call Alibaba. Never underestimate the power of belief shared between friends. One spark of belief can become a fire when surrounded by other sparks. When I said, "We will make global e-commerce possible," I didn't say it to people who laughed. I said it to people who nodded. I said it to those who saw possibilities where others saw impossibilities. Sometimes your biggest challenge isn't lack of opportunity, It's the people around you who make you feel small. When you share a dream and they say, be realistic. When you want to start something and they say, it won't work, they're not protecting you. They're projecting their own fears. Be kind to them, but don't let their limitations become yours. Friendship is energy. Negative friends drain it. Positive friends multiply it. Some people walk into your life and make you feel tired. Others walk in and make you feel alive. Learn the difference early. Because if you want to win, your energy must be protected like gold. In my team, I never wanted the smartest person. I wanted the most positive one. Because skills can be learned, but spirit cannot. A positive friend sees possibilities even in failure. They don't blame, they brainstorm. They don't quit when things get hard. They ask, what can we do better next time? You must be careful who you share your dreams with. Some friends clap for you publicly, but compete with you secretly. Some only love you as long as you stay below them. But true friends, they push you higher even when it means you might surpass them. Because real friendship celebrates growth, not comparison. Every time I met someone who inspired me, I asked myself one question. What kind of energy do I feel after talking to them? If I felt more alive, I kept them close. If I felt smaller, I created distance. Life is too short to spend with people who shrink your light. There's a Chinese saying, if you want to go fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. I've found this to be true in every stage of my life. Alone, you can achieve something, but with the right team, you can achieve something that lasts beyond you. In business, I've seen people who only focus on money. They think relationships are secondary. But I've learned that money follows trust, and trust follows friendship. The more authentic your relationships, the stronger your foundation for growth becomes. You can't build an empire with people who don't believe in the vision. You can't share big dreams with small minds. Your circle must reflect your destination, not your history. If you're always the most driven person in the room, you're in the wrong room. I tell young entrepreneurs all the time, don't look for investors first, look for believers. Investors give money, believers give energy. Money can build a company, but only belief builds movement. Sometimes the friends who fuel your win aren't the loudest. They might not always cheer, but they'll always show up. They'll quietly fix problems, encourage you when no one else does, and remind you of your worth when you forget. Those are the rare ones. Treasure them. In my journey, I lost friends too. Some couldn't handle the pressure. Some changed as success came. Some thought friendship ends when goals differ. But I realized not everyone is meant to finish the race with you. Some were meant to start it, and that's okay. Friendship, like success, evolves. The friends who help you in one stage may not understand the next. That doesn't make them bad. It just means your growth has taken you to a new level of vibration. Be grateful for what they gave, now filled. But don't stop growing to make them comfortable. Be the kind of friend who fuels others too. Don't always look for friends who inspire you. Become that person for others. Lift them. Encourage them. Teach them. Sometimes you'll be the fire, and sometimes you'll be the spark. Both are needed to light the world. In the toughest times of my life, it wasn't strategies or skills that saved me. It was people, friends who said, Jack, we still believe. That sentence gave me more strength than any business plan could. When you walk with visionaries, even your conversations change. You stop gossiping and you start building. You stop talking about people and you start talking about possibilities. You stop competing and you start collaborating. That's how friends fuel your win, through shared growth. It's not about having many friends. It's about having a few who truly matter. Quality over quantity. 5 true believers are more powerful than 50 half-hearted supporters. Build depth, not just a network. You must also learn to distance yourself from energy vampires, those who complain more than they act. They will make your dreams feel heavy. It doesn't mean you stop caring about them, but you stop feeding your energy into their negativity. One thing I noticed, successful people talk about ideas, average people talk about events, and struggling people talk about others. Choose carefully which conversations you entertain, because those conversations become your mindset. I remember once during our early Alibaba meetings, one of my friends said, "Jack, we are too small to dream global." I told him, "That's why we must dream global, because we are small." And he smiled. That day, we didn't win a contract, but we won a belief. That belief was the beginning of everything. Real friends don't judge your vision by your current situation. They don't need proof to believe in you. They look at your eyes and see determination. And that's enough for them to say, "Let's go." You'll know you have real friends when your success doesn't threaten them and your failure doesn't distance them. They don't need you to win to feel worthy. They win with you. Sometimes your friend's belief will carry you when your own is broken. You'll want to quit, and they'll say, "No, not yet." You'll lose hope, and they'll remind you why you started. These people are gifts life gives you when you least expect it. In friendship, honesty is more valuable than comfort. Friends who always agree with you are not always loyal. Sometimes they're just afraid to upset you. But real friends will tell you the truth even when it hurts, because they'd rather see you grow than stay the same. The friends who fuel your win are often those who are not impressed by your success, because they care about your soul more than your status. They keep you humble, grounded, and focused on your purpose. I've met many people who think they lost because others betrayed them. But the truth is, sometimes we invite the wrong people into our journey. Learn to choose friends based on character, not convenience. There are 3 types of friends: those who love your past, those who like your present, and those who believe in your future. The 3rd type is rare. They don't need evidence, they just see potential. Keep them close. Friendship is not built by words, but by consistency. Anyone can celebrate your win once, but few will support you during the 1,000 invisible days before that win. When we started Alibaba, our friends were our fuel. We laughed, we failed, we argued, we cried, and we kept going. Every one of them added something: strength, creativity, optimism, persistence. That mixture created something unstoppable. Never forget, behind every successful person, there's a small circle of people who refuse to let them give up. They may not be famous, but their support shaped the journey. If your friends are growing, celebrate them. Don't compare. Their win is not your loss. It's proof that success is possible for you too. Comparison divides, inspiration multiplies. One of the biggest mistakes young people make is trying to do everything alone. Independence is good, but isolation is dangerous. You need a community. Success loves collaboration, not loneliness. In every conversation, ask yourself, is this helping me grow or keeping me small? Friends who fuel your win will always talk about growth, not gossip. They'll talk about ideas, not insecurities. Sometimes the person who fuels your win is a stranger who believes in you before your friends do. Don't be afraid to let new people into your circle. Fresh energy brings fresh vision. But remember, friendship is not only about taking energy, it's about giving it back. Ask yourself, are you fueling your friends' wins or only expecting them to fuel yours? True friendship flows both ways. The people who truly win in life are those who learn to rise together. They build networks, not empires. They measure wealth not just in money, but in the quality of the relationships that made it possible. Sometimes the right friends will tell you to rest. They'll remind you that burnout is not bravery. They'll see when your ambition is turning into exhaustion and pull you back to balance. In this fast, competitive world, it's easy to forget humanity, but never let your hunger for success make you forget kindness. Friendship and kindness are the roots of all sustainable success. There will be seasons when your friends win before you do. Don't be jealous. Learn from them. Every win in your circle brings you one step closer to yours if you have the right mindset. Be patient. Sometimes your circle isn't there to push you. They're there to remind you that slow growth is still growth. True friends don't rush you. They encourage your pace. You must also learn to outgrow friendships gracefully. Some people are lessons, not lifelong companions. Appreciate them, learn, and move forward without bitterness. When people leave, don't chase. When new people arrive, don't fear. Your life will always attract the energy it needs for your next stage. Trust that. Friends who fuel your win don't only help you succeed, they help you stay human when success arrives. They keep you real. They remind you of the days when you had nothing but a dream. I've learned that loyalty is tested not in success, but in struggle. When everything is easy, everyone smiles. But when you fail, you'll see who's real. Failure reveals truth faster than success ever can. Cherish those who stayed during your lows. They saw the unpolished version of you and still believe. That kind of loyalty is rare. It's priceless. And remember, the friend who corrects you privately is worth more than the one who praises you publicly. Real friendship is not performance. It's partnership. If you want to win, don't just chase opportunities. Build relationships. Because opportunities end, but relationships can open new doors for a lifetime. The world changes fast, but human connection never goes out of style. Technology can connect people's screens, but friendship connects hearts, and that connection can build empires. So, choose wisely. Walk with believers, speak with dreamers, collaborate with builders. Spend time with those who make you think bigger, act better, and live braver. Your friends are not just part of your story, they are part of your legacy. When you win, they'll smile knowing they were part of that climb. That is what makes success truly meaningful. Shared victory.